Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week of June 4th through 10th. I'm Raina. I've got 15 minutes on a 16 gig memory card. That's the story of my life. So I'm going to try to make it snappy here. What does that even mean? That's the funny thing. Whoa. Major Arcana much? Okay. Well, you have a lot of Major Arcanas. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 7 cards. And remember that the Major Arcana are only 22 out of the 78 cards, so it's not like they're the majority of the cards in the first place. And then you have a couple of wands too. You also have the Sun and the Strength cards, so those are both associated with Leo. So, you know, fire, our wands, we're talking about Leo energy, my friend, and your opposite sign is Leo. So definitely consider that there may be something, either this is timing, because there is a solar eclipse in Leo in August. And even though this reading is for the first, you know, weekish of June, we're talking about possible timing in the future, and also the fact that that's your opposite sign, and the opposite house too, which is the 7th house of committed partnership. So there might be something going on there, either with a person who's a Leo or with that 7th house. I'm just going to collect these cards. And, oh, there was something else I wanted to tell you before I began this. And I can't think of what it was. Oh, well, I will say that this is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, and I really like to use it once in a while. Okay, I am realizing I got these 12 minutes left. The heart of the matter is the 10 of Cups. This is great for happy families and happy marriage. I actually got another card that's a card of happy, of victory that's associated with, you know, maybe career objectives. This is emotional, though, because it's cups. So it is associated with marriage, but please don't get literal about it. Marriage doesn't have to be a document or a ceremony. It could be you committing to another person deciding to commit to you, and things of that nature. Or who knows? I mean, the judgment card is right next to it. Maybe it has to do with getting divorced, and now you finally feel that your family is happy because there's not that conflict within the home. But this is a card of general well-being. The number 10 is the end of a cycle, so it may be that you've achieved some goal, even like professionally, and that has, it's like the card of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So just anything that is kind of ending on a good note. What crosses you is the Strength card. In this deck, the number 11 is connected to the Strength card. In other decks, it will be number 8. But this is the card of Leo, and it can suggest that there's a Leo person who may be creating problems in your life. Or perhaps this is a, maybe you have good things happening, but inside you don't feel good about yourself. And if you don't believe that that's possible, it is possible. There are still, you know, there are people who achieve many things in the world and have a lot of success, and they don't feel, they don't love themselves, they don't feel that they've accomplished enough, they're hard on themselves. And also, the Strength card can relate physically to your immune system. So you may be having a lot of good things, but maybe you have autoimmune issues. You just feel run down. You feel like you catch every little thing. So your defenses physically may be down in that sense. The heart of the matter is the sun. So if that's the case, because well, this card is not the heart of the matter. This is the foundation card. That is kind of explaining these other cards. And basically, if your immune system is down, you may find that you're on the upswing. So that's good, that you may be healing. You may be starting to feel stronger, but it may have been something that had been plaguing you. Also, the Sun card relates to any kind of success, prosperity, and love. So this may be kind of a card that suggests that you have been you found love for yourself, and so you feel that happiness, that resolution to a situation where maybe you were thinking you would never find it again. The spiritual message is represented by the Hierophant. Now, this is a card connected to Taurus. This is connected to marriage too. It's actually connected to tradition, so marriage is considered part of tradition. Maybe you were with somebody for a long time, but hadn't gotten married, and then finally took the plunge. And the spiritual message would be saying that there was something inside of you that made you do this. Now, what I mean by that is I personally have been in a relationship for many years and haven't gotten married. And for me, it's because I don't believe in these kinds of rituals as having anything to do with the relationship itself. That's just how I feel. However, I could totally see getting married as a symbol of your commitment, not having magical thinking, but really feeling that you are capable of having a relationship and sticking to it, you know, and that you really have total faith in this person. You trust that they are going to be faithful to you, and you're going to be faithful to them. And you're just doing it almost like a sacrifice because it may be hard for you. And if people did things for that particular reason, I would have like total respect for that, because I think there is this part of it where it can mean something special. I'm just against things that are done by rote, you know, where it's almost done automatically. And I think that you may feel like, yeah, I got married, but not just because I'm trying to conform, but because I really feel like I can commit myself finally to somebody. The practical advice is the Judgment card, and this connects with rebirth. I was just talking recently about Pluto and how it's connected to the Judgment card and how it's connected to this idea of karma. And we always think of judgment and karma together, but we never think of rebirth. And Pluto is all about rebirth. And rebirth comes when you have entered a new stage and you're ready to embrace change. If you're stuck in the past, you can't do so. The Judgment card can, on a mundane level, indicate something with the justice system, the legal system. So it may be talking about that as well. But this is, if that's the case, you may have decided to leave a partner because you found true love with somebody else. So all of this stuff, you know, is not supposed to be taking place in a week. This is kind of like a continuation of things that may have happened before. What is coming in is represented by the Six of Wands, and I think it's interesting that they show the butterfly, because this is a card that is also, oh, you know, I didn't think about that. This is associated with Leo as well, I believe, because it's the card of success. It's the card of recognition for your work. And I would associate it especially with career matters. So very, very good career cards here for success and prosperity for you, Aquarius. And in any area of your life, you know, so the butterfly represents what? Doesn't the butterfly represent transformation as well? And so, transforming into something beautiful. I mean, you can transform into something grotesque. But the butterfly is about that process of emerging from this, you know, the cocoon in this small space and expansion, you know. And all the wands, this is the Six of Wands, all wands are related to expansion because it's connected to fire energy, and fire expands. That's why it's very chaotic in the process of expansion, because you never know exactly how it's going to go. It's not orderly, and it's not incremental like drops of water just consistently doing so. But you know, the nice thing about that fire energy is it shows that you can have major growth in a very short period of time. And if you're talking about some kind of entrepreneurial thing, if you, or even with career matters, if you take control of your career, you know, the sky's the limit for you, because there's no, but especially if you're the one who calls the shots, because you can change things if you have to. And then, you know, speaking of expansion, the outcome is the Three of Wands. This is the card of expansion. The number 3 is connected to fertility, abundance, and creation. 1 + 1 = 3. 2 people create a child. And so in the major arcana, the number 3 card is the Empress card, and that's the card of the Earth Mother energy, the artist, the creative spirit. And for Aquarius, this means that you're going to want, in the month of June and early June, you're going to want to expand your horizons, however that, whatever that means for you, including territory. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to move to someplace different than where you've been, maybe far, far away. But there's like this real sense with these cards of success, happiness, and transformation. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Take care. Bye.